Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot Readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I am here 365 days of the year, 12 o'clock-ish Chicago time, and it's just a myth at this point that it actually says Chicago at the bottom right there, but it actually does, and that's where I am. So I've got 10 questions so far. I've been gathering your questions out of the chat. It looks like Thud has question number 11. So I will grab that. Put that over here. 10% of all income that comes into the channel goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country, and that's an ongoing thing. We have Epic Troll Slayers. Thank you. Thank you for keeping us safe. I really appreciate it. Trying to think what else. I'm a little bit... On the one hand, I thought I shouldn't talk about this in public. On the other hand, it's like, maybe it'll help somebody. So I'm going to talk about this very briefly, and then I'll get back onto your questions. One of the things I'm dealing with off and on is depression. And depression is not a failure, and it's not it's not being unappreciative. It's just a chemical imbalance in the same way that you could get a chemical imbalance in your liver or your, whatever it is, any part of you. Something could just not quite. And hello. And in fact, my the only prescription I take is actually for depression, and I'm not on a low dose, but sometimes it still kicks in. And I've learned to recognize the signs, and it's possible to just recognize the signs and be like, oh, okay. And so what I have to do is just say, okay, for a little while, until this gets better, and it will. Until this gets better, I just need to rely more on my willpower than what I feel like doing. Because what I feel like doing won't bring anything good to my life. Because what I feel like doing is nothing. It's just like, no. So I put some cute kitties in the cover, and for the next few days, we're going to have cute kitty covers. And I liked this overlay. It's like, okay, let's use this. And these nails curve a little bit more than I like, but first world problems, they're very pretty. So we're in the fun nails, and I am here with you guys because you guys always I just so enjoy being with you. So that helps. And the lipstick. You'll like this. Because, of course, I label everything. The color of the lipstick. Holy pumpkin. It's like, oh, we're going with the holy pumpkin, of course. Anyway. All right. So, thank you, guys. Thank you. So anyway, I just wanted to let people know that rather than stigmatize it or just, I don't know, the thought was maybe somebody else needs to hear that. Someone needs to know that they're not alone, and that you just keep going, because there are good days ahead. There just are. There always are, even when it seems bleak. I know I can recognize the signs now after all these years. And I am also fortunate out the wazoo that at 49, almost 50, I'm only on one prescription medication. Hello. Genetic jackpot winner. I didn't do anything to deserve that. So anyway, Sandra says I needed to hear this. Oh, good. Then good. John says I'm not alone. Okay. Good. All right. Kay got her burrito made from leftovers from dinner. Nice. Many of us have been there. Good. Well, we're going to be okay. We are. And I'm so grateful to be here with you. So, all right. So lots of things to read on today. And if you're watching this on replay, you can go down in the description box. I timestamp everything as I go along. Any questions you have for me? Okay, itch on the end of my nose, right there, right down the end of my nose. Anything in all caps is how you talk to me. Other than that, please just type normally, because people have whole conversations and are really supportive of each other and kind to each other. So Sherry says, thank you. My depression hit really hard lately. It's nice to hear you. Oh, good. Linda's 68 on no prescriptions at all. Excellent. I am so happy to hear that. Holy pumpkin. Yes. And Gary's got a heart and a silly face. I like it. Depression runs in my family. Yep. So, just so you know, sometimes you have to just go, all right. Can't rely on my emotions right now to get me going. So, what are my chores? What do I need to do? So, yeah, I'm up. I've mopped floors. I've done a load of laundry. I've done a load of laundry. I wiped little kitty nose prints off the windows, which I've been meaning to do for a while because they get excited and they touch their nose against the windows. And so we end up with all these little heart-shaped little dots on the windows at that high up. And then I made myself a whole wheat waffle with some frozen berries, which I'm also very grateful for. So anyway. Oh, bless. All right, so. Cute. It was very cute. All right. Poor Boo-Boo had a bad morning, too. He doesn't like sticks. We don't know what happened to him. I can't figure it out. But before we got him, something about sticks really upset him. So when I pulled out the Swiffer mop, that stick it upset him so much. He gets some half and half in the morning. It came up. I felt so badly. Comforted him for a while, so anyway, poor little thing. All right, so let's get to some readings here at 8 minutes in. Yes, poor Boo-Boo. Poor little Boo-Boo, but he's right over here right now. He's practically falling out of the bed. He's so comfortable. And I wish I could just easily turn this to show you. It's cute. And he's all stretched out and snoring, and it's adorable. So, okay. Rob says this is a happy place. Yes, it is. And yes, Kate knows cleaning does help bring a peaceful environment. Oh, hello, Colleen. Comfy kitties, yes. So, shall we talk about Pence? So the Iceman has resurfaced. Yes, we all love Boo-Boo this day. Okay. Victoria was asking, why is Pence going to Budapest to meet with the dictator there? Lessons? You'd think he'd get a PhD in authoritarianism from Trump, but maybe he's always the eternal student. All right, Pence, why are you going to Budapest? Be great. Pence and Hungary's demographics. Renier, I'm eating. I think I'll wait. Pence. Ugh. Oh, the kitty nose prints. Yes. Floating nose. Maybe because he's hosting CPAC next year. Yep. Oh, Jess. So why is Pence going to Budapest this year? Not Pence, the Hungarian guy. He's hosting CPAC next year? Oh, is this a joke? Please tell me it's a joke. I'm not sure with these people. That's the problem. Just right. Well, I ain't going there to see Buddha. I love you guys. Yikes. 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 So, Pence, why the heck? Yeah, he's gone overseas. Yeah. Oh, and he's still got that far right message. Wasn't there another question about Pence in here? Terry McAuliffe, 45, Nebraska, 45, voting rights, global warming, Trump, Gaetz, Madison Cawthorn. I thought there was something else in here about Gaetz, but more flies. Oh, there are more flies there. Yes, Pamela. They're focusing on demographics and family. Translated, white nationalist racism. Yes, they are. Well, I've always got, even no matter what I'm facing, I've always got time in my schedule to ridicule fascists. Deseret will be right back. Good. Eight of Cups. There's my white white nationalist card, whatever. Working. He's pushing an agenda. He's trying to find allies. Is the guy he's going to see supremacy? Thank you. Is the guy he's going to see? Is he I can't imagine. Is he particularly religious? Oh, thank you, Pamela. This is leaving the liberal America becoming too liberal, pointing out the flaws on their side, working for his far right bona fides. Be great. He went to a conference, 4th year in a row at that conference. Okay, so I don't know. I feel like I'm missing a key piece of information here. I'm not one of those people who likes to read blind. Pence. Like 4 days ago, Mike Pence praises Hungarian leaders' conservative policies. Lead 4 days. Leaders slam migration, LGBTQ at Family Values Summit. Oh, you weren't kidding. He's really there? Are you? While speaking at the Budapest Demographic Summit, oh, good Lord. Former Vice President Mike Pence praised Hungary's in Hungary. Yeah. Family values, yes. Pray away the gay. This is just pushing his garbage policies, his cruelty. Yes, Kathy Anderson. Maybe they have better flies. I don't know what country has the best flies. We just met Transylvania. Isn't that far away from Hungary? I hear you. Barbie saying, how to control women. Viktor Orban is horrible, Holly is saying. I believe that. The end of my nose, right here, right there. It itches, just right on the end. So if you see me doing this is why. Anyway. He just wants to be with like-minded crazies. Cuckoos of a feather flock together. Standing up. I wonder if Mother went with him. Yeah, you got to travel to horrible authoritarian parts of the world to meet like-minded wannabe fascists. Look, just because he wraps fascism in a some kind of religious flag doesn't mean it's not fascism. And yes, he absolutely wants to overturn Roe. Thank you, Colleen. I was quite pleased with that one. Just came to me. Yes, he's awful. So I'll just 3 more cards. Just curious. Is there some point to, like, is there something going to come of this? Like, he got a really great idea that's going to catch on? I don't know. He liked feeling important. Yes. He liked being among like-minded crazies. Judgment and the chaos in the world. And he wants to eventually get back in politics, I think. But right now, yeah, this is the vacation or retirement card. He's awful. I don't know that I can really pick anything up. He's just bad. Anyway, 17 minutes in. Roland was asking, will Governor Terry McAuliffe win? 17, 15. Will Governor Terry McAuliffe win his re-election in Virginia? According to polls, he is tied. Okay. Terry McAuliffe. He plans, Democratic candidate Terry McAuliffe plans to focus on his approval and Republican opponent Glenn Youngkin's disapproval of vaccines and mandates. Alrighty. This is silly that this is a thing, but all right, Terry McAuliffe is I don't know, decency and reality and science actually going to win the day here? Terry McAuliffe. Terry McAuliffe. What was that famous SNL skit where there's an actor who was playing Michael Dukakis and said, I can't believe I'm losing to this guy. I'm getting that kind of energy of, it's tied? Really? That's Mar-a-Lago. That's the Trump base. That's the symbol for the Trump base. Yes. And of course, salad dressings. They're going to sneak the vaccine into salad dressings. Finally, proof that we're being taken over by the Russians or the French or the Italians. Star. Judgment. Please use judgment. Please, oh, please use judgment against the chaos. People are tired of the chaos. This is major arcana. All 3 of these cards. This is clarity. This is chaos. This is people judging between the two, and it really does come down to that. So does Terry McAuliffe win? Floating Lotus, do plague rats even eat salad? I hear you. Holly says, when was the last time a MAGA ate a salad? True. Terry McAuliffe. Because bad things are going to happen in Ohio if this guy gets in. This is a big deal. Okay, all right, far right on the defensive. I like to see that. Okay, it's an ending of something. Temperance. How can I have temperance next to a Republican start? Unless I use this as a fundraiser. But I've got major arcana here. Temperance. We want temperance in the middle. Temperance is good. Temperance gets people vaccinated. I need more information. I don't get it. Terry McAuliffe. Sword of Truth. That's vaccines. No. Okay. I think McAuliffe is going to win. I'm getting, but whoever he's running against is somehow still sitting pretty, and there's some money involved, or a way to make money or something there. But the right ends up on the defensive, unsteady, unstable, and hemmed in. Now, if this was a positive Pentacle card, I'd say this figure is McAuliffe being hemmed in, but no. This guy he's still okay somehow. Patsy got it. She just said McAuliffe? What? Oh, who was I reading on? But this is unsteady energy. So if anybody was going to shed a tear for Youngkin, is that his right-wing competitor? Anyone who's going to shed a tear for Youngkin for losing, don't. He'll be fine. Thank you, RSA West. Thank you. Yep, Youngkin. That's it. Well, why are vaccines such an issue? Why? I don't get it. I've told you guys I was fortunate enough to go to a British school. So I don't have a high school diploma. I've got British A-levels. And with A-levels, you study 3 subjects. If you're really, really smart, you study 4. I did 3. You study 3 subjects intensively for 2 years. And at the end of the 2 years, there are tests. And those tests are the entirety of your grade. No pressure. Anyway, I took English, history, and art. Okay. History, we studied 2 subjects. I studied 2 subjects in history for 2 years. French Revolution and Tudor England. I do not have words to express to you how much I despise Henry VIII. But because I learned French Revolution history from this amazing Scottish woman, I cannot think or hear anything about the French Revolution without hearing in my head to this day, Robespierre, Marie Antoinette. Get out the paper and a pen for a wee quiz. It's just, But the reason I'm telling you that, plus the fact it's cute, Robespierre she had real trouble with her right arm because she had polio, and you don't want this coming back. You don't want this stuff coming back. I mean, you're not only going to make people sick, but you are sick. Anyway, I'll get off my. Barbara said, you study the same A levels as me. Ah. What would you mind telling me what year, Barbara? I was somewhere around 80, 89, 90, something like that. Anyway. B. Gray said we had that in music school. The end of the year juries performance was our only evaluation. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. All right. Okay, CC Ryder has some questions. Okay. 26. Gary Atkins says 87. Did you study A levels in 87? Anyway, 26, 30. Okay. Uh, 74. Oh, wait. Ramona says my parents' neighbor had post-polio syndrome, was confined to a wheelchair because of it. Brutal stuff. B. Gray says there was coverage today in the New York Times about comparative red-blue illness and death rates. Terrifying. B. Gray, it was terrifying. Yes, that is the word for it. Barbara said 1974 autumn Welsh GCSEs. Oh, wow. B. Gray says I still have performance anxiety from that. It never goes away. Oh, I'm sorry. Scotia Sweetie says, my daughter just did S6 Scottish exams, music, Spanish, and history. Very cool. Sandra, exactly. Virus bad. Vaccines good. Yes. Vi, stand tall on that soapbox. Yes, ma'am. And Wheezy Squeezebox, yes. Henry VIII, the ultimate malignant narcissist. Yes. And on top of that, massive head injuries. But sure. Control everyone's fate. Jess R., I wonder if 45 isn't a reincarnated Henry VIII. I don't think so. C. Torino, dozens of, is that Massachusetts troopers are resigning because of mask mandates? Oh my gosh. I thought Massachusetts was sane. Apparently I am incorrect. Yikes. Okay. Gary says, I graduated in Alabama schools in 87. Oh, there we go. They have come a long way since then. They have come a long way since that, I do know. Oh, good. Good. Scotia Sweetie, devil card on the bottom of the deck with Henry VIII talk. Oh, Count Varro was pointing out that no, Trump can't be the reincarnation. Henry VIII knew how to read. All right. Yeah. Okay. CC Ryder to question at 29. Looks like there's possibly two parts here. One, will juries find 45 guilty of charges he is indicted for? 2, will 45 be sentenced to serve time by a judge? Will he actually serve that time? All right, let's see what we can get here. All right. I can't remember. I'm so sorry. I can't remember who it was, but the knew how to read joke. It went well. B. Gray started laughing. Good. Yeah, troopers of state police. Yeah. It just said Mass trooper. I just assumed Massachusetts. Okay. 30-30. I need to get my skates on here. It's so much fun talking to you guys. Okay. Will juries find 45 guilty of the charges he's indicted for? 45. Donald J. Trump, we have the jury find you guilty of. Wait, we have a list. We'll start at the top. Well, that's a point, KD. I want to see how many of these anti-maskers, what they do for Halloween. That's a very good point. Queen of Pentacles, we the jury. Oh, he's gonna lose a lot of money. He's gonna lose a lot of money. Okay. That's civil cases, definitely. Plus, if these tax cases go on the way that they were talking, I see him losing Trump Tower, but all right, 3 of Swords, Moon. That's what I've been seeing for a while. Your mileage may vary. 3 of Swords, Moon, the Sun. He's delusional. Dynasty. Lying. Yes. This is the legal swords in the fleshy bits. This is chaos and pain. This is, I live in a delusional world where I've taken the idea of, some people say he has dementia, but you have to remember part of the problem here, it isn't dementia. It's, is it Norman Vincent Peale? Who's the think positive guy. If you just keep thinking positive, you will, everything will turn around for you and all this kind of stuff. Because I want to say whoever this guy is actually officiated at one of Trump's weddings. I mean, so, oh, good, Colleen. The energy's weird because he's weird. Gary says that was Trump's hero, Norman Vincent Peale. Ah, it was. Okay, thank you. Right, Kathleen. Prosperity guru, like the prosperity gospel. Yep. All kind of legal stress, worries. Is Trump the man? There's a whole lot of evidence. Wheel of Fortune lifted you up. It will take you back down. You have abused your power. Power of positive thinking. Holly, that was it. Exactly. Thank you. Yeah. He's going to, I get him being convicted on various cases. Now, will he, basically nobody, none of the readers have seen him actually going to prison, but will he be sentenced to serve time by a judge? Let's try it. Rita says Trump grew up going to Norman Vincent Peale's church in New York. He had a church? Tell me he didn't do it. He didn't pull an L. Ron Hubbard. Oh, man. Ugh. All right. Dumble thin skin. Are you going to be sentenced to serve? I should not have just felt a thrill of like angels singing at the thought of there finally being some justice for this jerk. Are you going to be actually sentenced? Yeah, Scotia, sweetie, worship at the altar of the grift. Ace of Cups. It's a conspiracy. Oh, can you instant mental image Trump jumping up out of his chair? Although wouldn't he be supposed to be standing anyway when they read verdicts? But anyway, yelling, it's a conspiracy. Let's just say the power of the presidency kind of went to his head. Then again, Trump's head is very much like the side of a barn. It's amazing he can clear a door. 5 of Wands. Oh, yes. This is the upset. This is the sentence to years. Club fed, but sentenced. There's a prosecutor. That's the message, and he's like calling out for his supporters to riot or do whatever, and it's actually not being heeded. That's what I'm getting. Right. Doesn't count for me. He would tell the judge that you're fired. Yeah. Alicia, ooh, you graduated from Cambridge in 1979? How cool is that? I was not smart enough to go to Cambridge. Eeks. Will you actually serve any of that time? Oh, rumpled thin skin. Will you be serving any of that time? It looks like there's actual planning for where do we keep him, under what kind of security do we keep him. 2 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, 6 of Wands. Don't give him special treatment. There are lots of prisoners you have to keep safe. You can keep him safe. Don't give him special treatment. He does not deserve special treatment. We don't have kings in this country. We don't. Take it up with George Washington. He actually hit the table when he was offered to stay in office. He's offered the kingship, essentially. And when he said no, and they were pushing him, and he hit the table and said no. George has his problems, but I like him. I like the guy. Very straightforward. Not fun at parties, but then again, I don't go to parties. Yeah, I'm getting a whole lot of how are we going to do this. Maybe he does end up in a state hospital, and maybe he jumps up from a wheelchair that he's pretending to need. Manafort tried that. Manafort. Ugh. Wondering, says everyone I know has a smallpox vaccine scar. I don't have any scars, I don't think. I can't look without actually pulling this down, and I don't want to do that on camera, but have some supplements I need to take, so I'm just going to do that. And then we'll get on to the next question. Talk amongst yourselves. Manafort is awfully quiet. Isn't he trying to talk to some people overseas to try to get back in the grift? Gary says we need someone like George Washington in the Democratic part to pound the table. No, this has gone on long enough. Oh, he would not put up with this. Rachel says my scar, it was a 22 gauge needle like all of my other vaccinations. I'll be honest, I just glanced at that comment and it was like, yeah, 22 caliber. Anyway. I know I was vaccinated. Mom was very, that was going to happen, but I don't think I got scars. Okay. Hippie Gypsy, I'm such a dork. Welcome to the Dork Fest. We live here. Okay. At 42. Will Nebraska have another Republican governor? I assume it does now. Nebraska governor. Governor Ricketts. Today, Governor Pete Ricketts issued a statement. Nebraska governor says the state will fight the vaccine mandate. This was 2 weeks ago. Nebraska Governor Pete Ricketts says he plans to join other Republican governors in challenging President Biden's blah, 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 blah. Another lovely human being. So at least he wants to know, will Nebraska have another Republican governor? Basically, is he going to lose? Is that the question when he comes up for reelection? Because he's not going to get primaried from the right. Okay, Nebraska. A state that looks like an Art Deco train engine. Yeah, kill off your voters, Chris. Exactly. Eight of Pentacles. Oh, he's just working his right-wing way. Yuck. Chris says he's vaccinated, I'm sure. Probably, yeah. Two of Cups. Devil. Four of Cups. Knight of Swords. Knight of Pentacles. I'm getting him fighting the mandates. Healthcare. Intelligence. Intelligence. Science. Caring for others. Willful ignorance. Cruelty. Short-sightedness. Knee-jerk reactions. Red-shirted person refusing science, healthcare. Law enforcement wanting to enforce laws that you should listen to science and people who care, and not the willful ignorance and deathly stupidity. Fighting back. Republicans fighting back. That's what that is. So, when did this guy come up for re-election? These are the most interesting conversations. Oh yeah, at some point I need to get the shingles vaccine because I had, yeah. All right, Nebraska. Six of Pentacles. Nebraska, Nebraska, Nebraska. I just keep getting Republican cards. Sorry. Okay. Ramona says you can't get the shingles vaccine until you're at least 50 years old. Oh, okay. Good. I'm definitely going to get that. My father came down with it. I wasn't around at that point, but I've heard nightmare stories, and I do not want to mess with that. Nurse, thank you. Pass. Scurvy is something sailors get from a lack of vitamin C. Yeah. Wondering, a shingles shot did not give me any problems. My dad had shingles, and that I do not want. Wondering eyes, you and me. Okay. Oh, something about Nebraska. Wait. Oklahoma. Okay, I thought I saw something about Nebraska. All right, 47 and some. Diana had a question. Say 47, 45. Diana's question is, what is 45's real motive behind a Texas audit request? Remember when he installed people at the DOD and DOJ before January 6th? Is it something darker planned in Texas than just another grift? Okay. What is... Oh, speaking of giving people funny names, I don't know if you guys saw the 1000th video here, but Sienna was on. I love Sienna. And I'm officially stealing her description of Steve Bannon. She calls him Evil Stevel. Totally stealing that. Totally stealing that. All right. What is Trump's real motive for the Texas audit talk? Eight of Wands, far right, throw everything you can possibly think of at the wall. But yeah, why Texas? I agree, Scotia Sweetie. Sienna is lovely. Chaos, Vanessa, yep, that would make sense. Sandra said I'd say replace voting machines, maybe. 10 of Cups, Devil. Page of Pentacles, Temperance. Yeah, they're trying to, this is bad. This is throwing, trying to undermine elections. Never forget what Trump said. It was not a slip of the tongue. When he was asked, will you accept the results of the election, of the votes. And he said, get rid of the ballots and there won't be a problem. There'll be a peaceful transition because there won't be a transition. That was not a slip of the tongue. Oh, he didn't mean it. Yeah, he did. Get rid of the ballots. As long as their people are the ones in charge of an autocracy, as long as their person's the dictator, oh yeah, that's great. He wants to rip the system down. This is very much a Nolan's Batman movies, Alfred. Some men just want to watch the world burn. He wants money. But trust me, Trump, he wants to watch democracy burn because it was a popularity contest and he didn't win. He didn't stay in, and he wants to burn it all to the ground. And he is that terrifying. He won't succeed, but do not give this man credit for decency or reasonableness or no. He does not want a democracy here. He does not want a democracy here. That could be, Linda. Want the Minion machines replaced with the CCP Chinese machines that Ivanka sells. Chris says, I like presidents who win 2 terms. Yeah, Gary, you get rid of the ballots or voting, I'll be king of America. Yeah, terrifying. All right, 52. Boy, that was awful. Seriously, that interview was awful. And Kelpie was asking, will 45 have a state funeral? Where will he be interred? State funeral, huh? Well, Donald J. for Genius Trump. And anyone who's new around here, when I say J for Genius, that's how he answered a Republican who asked him. A young Republican said, what does the J in your name stand for? Donald J. Trump, what does it stand for? And he is reported to have said to a Republican, this is a Republican who repeated this, and not a moderate, not a never Trumper, repeated this, he said, genius. J for genius. So, Donald J. for Genius Trump, state funeral. You know, he is multiple times reported to have said, exactly, Kim, genius doesn't start with a J. That's, yeah. Yeah. He is reported to have said multiple times he doesn't like his base. He thinks the majority of them are low-class scum. They love him, so he'll put up with them. But they're scum. And it's just like, you want a state funeral? Sure. We'll put you in the back of a pickup truck. And everybody will have their beers and their guns. Their ragged baseball caps, their jeans. Walking down. We'll have your people. We'll have your base give you a state funeral. Trumpet in the back. A pickup truck for a hearse. Mwah. because of January 6th, they have to worry about safety. What are his supporters going to do? If they are funneling his supporters toward an official building, what are you going to have in the Capitol? Capitol building? White House? Where are you going to have it? Thank you, Vanessa. Sandy says, hey, I've been to that funeral. Knight of Swords. Eight of Swords, 10 of Swords. Insult. And there's going to be a huge... It's too dangerous. His own people attack the Capitol. No. Big state funeral. I'm not getting that. I'm getting a lot of no. Pelosi saying no. Biden saying it's not safe. All right, I love the macabre humor. You know I was a goth in college. Cat Shepherd says just cut some things up and bury pieces at several different crossroads. Dark humor. Just humor. It's not anything. Seriously, I do not wish ill on anybody. I do not want this man to die. I just want justice. Plain old, in a courtroom, evidence, arguments, if warranted, and I'd be shocked if it wasn't. Sentencing, prison, ideally, if guilty. That's all I want. I don't want any of these people getting sick. I don't want them dying. I don't want any of that. I just want justice. But little gallows humor to try to lighten the mood. Okay. Jane says, remember, Linda G says she saw him in a glass coffin at Walmart. I thought it was at a mall. But yeah, she did see him in a glass coffin. Was it a Walmart? White Dragon says, I'm whittling a wood spirit as I listen. Oh, interesting. Nice. DLC is suggesting, how about a state funeral at the dump? Yeah. Angie Stad, bury pieces in separate places. How many EPA super sites would you create? There we go. COA backup is saying, thinking a sewage processing center where toilet tissue would be appreciated in lieu of flowers. Yeah. And Teresa's just hoping they don't save anyone's head in a jar. Count Viral suggesting the memorial should be at the Four Seasons landscaping. Glass case at the dump. M. Kelpie, yeah, he's cost us enough. Okay. All right, little gallows humor. Moving on. 5930. Count Viral, here's your question. 5930. Will the Senate pass voting rights legislation? Gosh, I hope so. Dave, yes, bury Trump on Epstein's Island. Whew. Okay. Actually, it's going to be 1 hour. All right. I feel so much better hanging out with you guys. Thank you. Okay, will the Senate pass voting rights legislation? Senate, huh? Senate. The Senate pass voting rights legislation. Eventually, but actually within like some reasonable amount of time. Will Senate pass voting rights? It's like pulling teeth. It's like pulling teeth. Nine of Cups. Well, that would be good. That would be people being able to vote. Nine of Pentacles. Eight of Wands. Judgment. 10 of Swords. This is people should be able to vote, and Republicans are not in control of the Senate, but yet still. I am displeased. I am displeased. Mention cinema, as long as they've got the power. The Democrats, Republicans, it's almost to the point where Republicans may as well be in charge. Although that isn't what I want, because we do not want them in charge of the committees. But Steve says, is the energy of the voting question stable or always shifting? Voting rights? Okay, the energy of the voting rights. We're going to get voting rights eventually, but it doesn't feel like now. I did find that classic song. Thank you, Hippie Gypsy. It was Brahms' second piano concerto. Thank you, guys. I wish the energy was shifting. And you have it there, but you've got the Republicans, and it gets killed. In the lie of temperance from Manchin and Sinema. It is frustrating beyond words. Fi, what good are they doing us right now? I hear you. $104. Oh, B. Gray. I'm afraid this is not going to be a happy question. Can global warming be turned around, and how quickly? Can it be? Yes, global warming can be turned around quite quickly. Will it be? It would take immense sacrifices and mobilization. Yeah, we don't want Republicans in charge. John is asking, how can we get voting rights in the future if the voting system is being rigged? That's a whole other conversation. We could look at that tomorrow if you put it in the chat. We'll look at it. Love to. The thing with global warming, I saw in the future quite a ways, like decades down, but I like big buildings. Big weird looking buildings that are actually CO2 processors, pulling CO2 out of the air. And all over the world. Well, in most parts of the world. The Earth. Hello, Gaia. I don't know. I think they should come up with better names for some things. I know Gaia was a goddess and what have you, but Earth is Terra. The sun is Sol, S-O-L. No. Our galaxy is the Milky Way? No. Yick. No. Isn't it in China or somewhere they call it like the White Dragon or something? Can we call it that? Can we call the Milky Way the White Dragon instead? Something? Sol. Anyway. Emperor. Yeah, all the politicians who were saying, no, it's a hoax. Yeah. And then your home is flooded and the water rushing knocks down your walls. And the far right won, at least so far. Hermit. Knight of Pentacles. This is not I can't read on this and get positive energy. I never do. We will continue to work. Yes, be great. I've worked decades on environmental protections. We'll continue regardless. And thank you for doing that. And yes, it is worth doing. And that is we are going to do. But as far as actually turning this around, they will. But it doesn't feel like anytime soon. We can't even get rid of the filibuster. We can't get rid of the filibuster. We can't get rid of the Electoral College. Frida Smith, what would you call Tara? I don't know. I'd have to think about that. That one isn't so bad. The sun is the one that really, it's just like, really? This thing that gave us life, that sustains life, that did all this for, and we're going to call it SOL. Really? Can't do better than that. Apollo, or, you had to. Anyway. Okay. Well, that's what I'm getting for that. I wish I had better news. And future generations will despise us for this. We tried. Cat says Apollo, Ra. Yeah. Vanessa, don't say that we can work around it. We have brilliant minds around us. Let's work together. Absolutely. That would be great. I'd love that. So, okay. Please don't think I'm against us fixing climate, the climate. Oh, I'm very much for fixing the climate. The amount of pain and suffering that it's causing. When? B. Gray says, my sons, who are scientists, are actually optimistic. Good. I wish I was. I'm afraid I got my questions, Chris. Sorry. When? Insult to injury. Suspension. Planning. When we can pass legislation. And, yeah. Okay. 110. doesn't catch for me. Or how about, I shouldn't say her name out loud. I just want the two, especially the one cuteness who's right here. But no, Alfie is very precious to me too. I just say that because Boo Boo's right here. I love them both. Yesterday, Trump claimed victory in Arizona even after the results have been made public. Is there a bigger plan with the big lie, or is he just crazy? Earlier, I was getting that he just wants the system to burn down, but he is going after Abbott, which really sounds crazy. So, does he believe that? Does Trump actually believe he won Arizona? Judgment, okay, that's my election card. No, he knows he didn't win, but he believes he would win if other people would break the law for him, like they should, in his mind. They would be ritually rewarded. He'd make sure of it with taxpayer money. They should be out there, and he, the medieval king he believes he is, by divine right, with him being the divine. No, he doesn't actually believe it. He's just disgusted and dismayed that these peasants, because everyone's a peasant compared to him, not lay down their lives for him. I was the president. I had people around me constantly who would lay down their lives for me. It's like they weren't willing to lay down their lives for you. Con man. It's for the office. Anyway. Is there a bigger plan to your crazy? Boo Boo's sleeping. He's doing the Superman sleep. Pause her up. Here. Like he's flying. It's very cute. These people are failing him. Failing his greatness. Temperance. God Emperor Drumpf. Exactly Weezy's police box. This is Trump the man. And he will be welcomed with angel wings as he's carried to the victory he so greatly deserved. Yeah. Narcissism. Narcissism is terrifying. And now we see why. 114. Chanel had a question. Gaetz has hired a bunch of out-of-state trial lawyers. Is he expecting a trial? I thought that you had to use lawyers who were... I thought you had to get special things so that otherwise you can only practice in your state. So, and why would we be getting out-of-state trial lawyers? Interesting. Frida Smith. Narcissist is kind of a fancy word for bully. There's that too. Gaetz. Actually, wasn't there a question earlier? I said bring it up tomorrow. We might have time to do it. Okay, Gaetz. The slime. Oh my gosh, the slime and his energy. Ugh. I'm gonna need a shower after this. 4 of Pentacles. It's expensive. It's very expensive. Tell me you didn't marry your wife so you had more money for lawyers. Page of Swords. Well, we know Daddy has money, but still. His daddy has money. Page of Swords, Hanged Man, Hierophant, King of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. If he has connections, what they're talking about, what they're questioning him about, people around him about, would be very bad for him. But he has connections. He has his position. He thinks he can buy his way out of this somehow. And if he just gets the most expensive lawyers, and that someone else, it feels like someone else is going to pay for. I'm not saying he's poor. I'm just saying the kind of money for these kind of lawyers he's talking about, he doesn't have. He's going to have to get money from his father. He's going to have to get money from his wife. He's going to have to get money. Whew. Jane is saying you just need one from in-state. So one lawyer from in-state and the rest can be. Okay, thank you. Free to submit. Autumn needs Bernie's mittens to touch the cards. I hear you. He's so gross. He's so gross. So, how are these lawyers going to do for you? He's so full of himself. He's so entitled. And again, with multiple alleged DUIs, you have to be full of yourself. Knight of Wands. Will you just attack? Go on the attack. The Sun. Ace of Pentacles. Throw money at it. Throw more money at it. Fight back. Fight. And the court is like, stop. That's a ridiculous motion. That's a ridiculous motion. You're wasting my time. Yeah, he's going to throw all, he's got all this energy. Fight. And the judge is going to be like, are you going to prison, Gaetz? Prison Gaetz. Gaetz at the prison gates. Gaetz at the gates. Steve says, can you fan the cards wearing mittens? I don't know. I could try. Oh, the parties. The nasty parties. Two of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, the communication, the plan. He's very, very optimistic. Very optimistic. At the same time, these 2 cards are here. Like, this is what he's expecting, but the cards sitting on the deck, not so great. And these are not terms I normally use, but I this card was for the reading is sitting here, and the parties. It's not good if what you were doing with your time can be described with the words excuse my use of these words, hookers and blow. That's what you were doing. That's not good. He thinks he can get away with anything. He really does. But underneath this, truth, bringing the tower down, insult to injury. Affluenza, yes, Linda. Entitlement. Let's see if I can get on Gaetz here. Andrea says, it's occurring to me that engaging with these low energy people brings all energy down. Is it wise right off the bat in the morning? How long does it take for all of us to shake off the slime? I understand what you're saying, Andrea, but this cannot stand. And I now have 1,000 public videos. And when I started this, we were all very much afraid of what was happening, of what was coming. And one of the reasons I wanted to do this was I wanted it to be on record that if things got as bad as we were afraid they might, it's like, fine. I mean, I know how unlikely it was, but if people like me were going to be shut down for speaking ill of the Führer, it's like, fine, you can take me to court. And I want a good 500-600 videos there that you can use against me that prove I stood up. That's what I'm doing here. I'm standing up against this energy. I'm not going to be quiet. And it isn't, and I understand, and I'm angry not at you. I'm not angry at the question. I'm grateful you're here, and I'm grateful for the question. I'm saying this comes from deep inside of me, my horror, and I will get up here every single day, and I will read and wait for these people to get justice, and I will contact my representatives, and I will see which way the energy's flowing. And then the other thing I do is I'll do the nails and the overlays and we joke around and things like that. And so we do the high energy, and then we go down in the muck, and then we come back up and tell jokes and be silly, and then we go down in the muck and we come back up, because this has to be dealt with. And we're living through it. And I will get up here every day for as long as it takes. Because no, not in my country. There are things that, bless the Germans, you guys have learned, really, really learned. I won't let that happen here. So anyway, that's my answer to that. But thank you for your question, and I'm not attacking you. Okay. All right. We be with you, Otto. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, guys. Okay. Madison Cawthorn. Still have your waders on? Down in the muck, 124.30. Aston was asking, is Madison Cawthorn going to lose re-election in the House? Oh, thank you, honestly. Thank you, guys. Great. TLC, I used to be fun, then I forgot what fun was. Darn Trump. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Rachel says, get your wellies on, peeps. I like that. All right, Madison Cawthorn. How's your reelection looking? Wheel of Fortune. Fate has very obviously played a big part in his life. Okay, wait, Andrew says, what if we shifted from focus away from what they're doing to what we do to shift energy? Not shutting anyone down, you are needed, rather. Focus to empowerment and action for real change. To what we do to shift energy. That would be a different this morning. Jen Lin was on, who help me guys, who was on Jen Lin was on someone's channel earlier this morning, and they were doing some kind of healing energy and stuff like that. And that's awesome. So that stuff like that, it's out there. It's out there. But okay. Sorry, we're 127 now. Madison Cawthorn, are you going to win re-election? Wheel of Fortune. 6 of Cups. Strength. Sun. Knight of Cups. Temperance. All these cards are saying him getting shut down. Andrea, I'm glad you're on. Oh, thank you. And thank you for your questions. Thank you. Seriously. No one made me perfect. No way. And I'm always trying to learn and rethink things. So thank you. These from Madison Cawthorn, this is bad. This is people, democratic energy coming together, quiet the beast of the far right. This is him trying to keep this horrible far right stuff together, but going forward, tempering the situation, the messaging, fate. I don't know if Cawthorn's in a safe seat. I assume he is. Katie says, that's what I'm trying to do on my channel. I read solutions and have grounding meditations. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Lucky Girl's here. Hello, Lucky Girl. I looked at your chart. We're besties. Our moons are, our suns are trine, our moons are conjunct. Anyway. It was Jody Roberts that was on Jen Lynn Tara's channel this morning for a manifestation, meditation, and sound bath. Oh, fantastic. Excellent. Thank you, Linda. Okay. 2 of Wands. Does anybody know, is Cawthorn in a safe seat? Because he's not listening to reason. But there's a whole lot of reason. I'm getting him overrun with democratic energy. I don't know where he is. Gary says Madison Cawthorn is an 8th generation resident of North Carolina's 11th congressional district. Because it seems unlikely, but I keep getting democratic energy in the end. Right now, it doesn't look great. Okay. So we are there. And then there was, DLC says, I have him losing his seat. Well, that's what this is looking like. So, and it's usually the consensus among readers is usually what happens. So, but, all right, there was a question earlier And I said I didn't have time, and YouTube has cut it off. I can squeak in one more question. What was the one earlier? I said, please bring it up tomorrow. Do you remember? Linda Kingsley, you're welcome, Autumn. I just enjoy having an outlet. Oh, good. Sherry says, he's my yuck. Asheville is progressive, but around us are a lot of Republicans. Oh, I'm so sorry. So, yeah, I can squeeze in one more, it looks like. But I don't know. You've got me thinking, Andrea. I mean, I do this because it's a Venn diagram of my interests. I'm a total news junkie. I want to know what's going on. Forewarned is forearmed, and I want to check into the collective energy every day and see what's going on. As far as changing, we do pray on here quite often for people, but I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's kind of what I'm here to do. But you got me thinking. Maybe I should be doing something different. I don't know. So, North Carolina's electorate is changing, though. Okay. All right. In that case, since nobody's saying anything, I will check. What should I do on my channel here? What should I do with black and orange? Which is this keeping you? You can do both. What should I do with black and orange? My channel here. Let's see what I get. Thank you, Linda. Queen of Swords, so it's using technology. It's also an investigator. Usually, Steve says, we watch because we really want to know what's going on. Colleen saying you have to be authentic. Oh, good. Thank you. And I'm definitely that. I believe what I'm saying. I believe what I'm doing. But I like this investigator. What are these three cards? It's always my decision. And it's nose to the grindstone, doing the daily kind of work. The far right message saying no. Yeah, that's what I've got. So you kind of stuck with me the way I am. Anyway, I would, if anything, I would do more astrology. But every time I do that, my viewership just tanks. Totally tanks. Like you wouldn't believe. I even tried just doing astrology Sundays. Tanked. It's like, okay. So I'll just keep doing this. All right. Well, that's going to do it for me for today. Thank you for being here. Frida Smith, maybe you are Chad. Autumn, teaching us new perspective. Hanging Chad. This is what Spirit wants you to do. It seems so. Fi's asking, what do your cats call you? What did they call me? Where's my food? I can't get up here. I can't get up here. I want some water. I can't get up here. There's a bowl of water. It's fresh, but there's a tap. There's a tap. There's a tap. All right. Hang in there, everybody. I will be back tomorrow. It is 1:44 here in Chicago. Thank you, Thelma. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, it's 1:44 here in Chicago. So at 4 o'clock here in Chicago, I will be over on the Book Art Media channel for Creative Sprints If you do anything creative at all, come on over. I'm not selling anything. It's not monetized. Just come on over and we do 4 25-minute sprints. You can stay for 1, you can stay for 4, whatever works. And just get your creative energy going, because that's what we're here. The world needs your creative energy. It really does. And, but there's a novel that you've been always wanted, the great American novel or the great Canadian novel or the great Australian novel or whatever it is. I bet you've got one of those inside you. Or this, you've always wanted to learn to draw or something. So the world needs your creative energy, and I'm here to encourage you. All right. So I'll be over at Book Art Media at 4 o'clock. Links in the description box if you're interested. Other than that, I will be back tomorrow. Like magic. See you guys tomorrow, and thank you for everything.